Joshua, Yeshua, Jesus, it's still the same context because it's referring to the divine person. So in word semantics, they take the word and say, oh no, it got to be this. They take the word Yahweh, which I have used in my book. But I later found out that's held in the minority, not in the majority. In the majority context, Yahweh is not used, even though in the minority text, it's taken from the Tetragrammaton. But so is the word Jehovah, taken from the Tetragrammaton. By applying the vowel structure into the Tetragrammaton, which was an unpronounceable word, YHWH. So you can come up with Yah or Jehovah, because in the beginning there was no J sound in early Hebrew. Thusly you had the word Jehovah, but when the J sound came in the 13th century, they took the Y off and put the J, Jehovah. But it's the same context if you're referring to the divine person. In the Old Testament, in the Torah, as I wrote this so-called leader, the word Elohim was used in the place of God. Now Elohim has a plural context, except when it's referring to the Hebrew God, it's always in the singular. So if you don't know these things and you just go out there and misleading people, misguiding people because you haven't studied,
hallelujah,
you're making a fool out yourself and a fool out the people who follow you. Amen. I'm saying that with love. Question 2.
Israelites were the original Jewish people.
Israelites were the original Jewish people. There were no such thing as an original Jewish people. Israelites was a name that was commonly referred to all people who followed the Hebrew God Jehovah. They were called Israelites. Sometimes now they're called Hebrews. Sometimes they're called Jews. But there's no difference between Jews, Hebrews, and Israelites. That this is another name for people who followed the Jehovah God. All right, read.
The true Israelite was a dark-skinned people.
The true Israelite, now he claims the true Israelites were a dark-skinned people. Well, that couldn't be true. Because you have to understand again, you're getting into word Semitics. The Semitic people were those north of the Sahara. Sub-Sahara, they were not called Semitic people. Now you have to use the word Semitic because you're taking in a conglomerate of the various and diverse tribes of people that were in that sub-Mediterranean area, sometimes referred to as North Africa. All of those people were a Semitic people. Now you're talking about Syrians, Egyptians, Ethiopians, I believe, would be included in that. The basic Arab tribes, which would be Algeria, Tunisia. All those areas in there would be a Semitic people. Now, are all of them dark-skinned people? No, they're not all dark-skinned people, but they are all non-Caucasian. Now, there's a difference between non-Caucasian and all. They had diverse skin complexions and diverse hair contexts. How long was Absalom's hair? Absalom's hair was so long, periodically he had to pull his hair. Now, some people use the term weigh his hair. I think that's kind of foolish. People don't weigh their hair. Pull actually meant, in the context, it meant to trim his hair. So periodically he would trim his hair because it was getting too wild. Though he had taken the vow of Nazarite, and Nazarite was not to trim his hair, but there are times when you trim your hair because everything's done decently and in order. Is that right? So what am I saying? If his hair was so long he had to trim it, the context of him being an Israelite could have been different than other Israelites who didn't necessarily have a long length of hair. So to say all Israelites were the same, that's really stupid, because the father of the original covenant people was Abraham, who happened to be Arab. Now, what complexion were Arabs? They were diverse complexions. Egyptians were diverse complexions and diverse hair texture,
Yes.
but the same Semitic people. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
There is no such thing as an Israelite race or a Hebrew race of people. They are a conglomerate of proselyted people or various diverse tribes that have been integrated into a nationality to follow the Hebrew God. This is why I told you about Ruth. Ruth was a Moabite, and God told Saul, when you see the Moabites, kill all of them. Hittites, Moabites, Jebusites, kill all of them. Is that what he said?
That's right.
Well, why didn't he kill Ruth?
Amen.
And from Ruth came baby Jesus.
Yes.
So was Jesus Moabite? Well, the Bible says he was Jew. So what is a Moabite? A Moabite is a Jew that's been proselyted. Well, what is a Jew? A Jew is anybody who's been proselyted into the faith. Amen. Right, another question? All right. Amen. We thank God for the questions. Hope that has been a blessing to you. Stay in the faith and stay with your leader. I'll teach you the ways of righteousness. How many love the Lord? I will never draw back. I will move along.